Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some figures from the recently released Wave 5 of the 6-inch Black Series line from Hasbro, and we're going to kick things off on a real high note with this review, as not only are we going to take a look at one of the most anticipated 6-inch figures from the Black Series line so far, but also one of the best. This is a figure that Hasbro have really gone to town on, not only in terms of sculpt, but in terms of accessories and just overall detail. It's a fantastic figure and definitely one that I'm happy to add to my collection. And he's currently available to UK collectors via staractionfigures.co.uk. Now, as always, there is a link below in the video description where you can either purchase or pre-order this figure, depending on stock levels, because he's going to be a very popular character. And let me tell you, I'm really happy that I pre-ordered this guy back in June, because he's going to sell like hotcakes, you know. Fantastic figure, very popular, and I'm sure you're all dying to see him. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the 6-inch Black Series Darth Vader figure. My god, is this guy awesome. You know, I'm absolutely blown away with this one. The sheer detail, the accessories, just everything about this figure is absolutely epic. And I know we've taken a look at quite a few Darth Vader figures over the course of some of my recent reviews, but this one by far tops them all. You know, as I said, detail and accessories, just, you know, phenomenal, absolutely awesome. And I can't understand why Hasbro can't get figures right like this all the time. You know, this one is, you know, it's a home run in terms of a 6-inch figure. It's absolutely awesome. If I don't stop saying good things about this one, then I never will. So before we take a look at this figure in more detail, we're going to take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Now, as you'll have seen in my Speeder Bike with Scout Trooper review from the Black Series, the 6-inch line has been given a bit of a makeover in terms of packaging. And as you can see, gone are the days of the orange highlights on the box. Instead, we now have these blue sort of Death Star light designs in the background there, and obviously on the text. And the box itself has been slightly redesigned as well. As you can see, we've got this more of a window box design, which allows you to see more of the figure in the package. And it's just a nice, refreshing look. I'm always been a big fan of the 6-inch packaging. You know, I think it looks very clean, very adult, very professional. You know, it has a high-end feel to it for sure. So it's really cool, and the new packaging is of course no exception. So in terms of this new box, we do indeed have the Star Wars Black Series logo down in the bottom corner. We have the name of the character, of course, on the front as well. As you can see, Hasbro have renumbered this line of figures, so they've started from scratch. The Sand Trooper in this wave is number 1, Darth Vader is number 2, and so on and so forth. So not entirely sure why they've done that, but they have indeed renumbered all these figures. At the top of the box we have a stylized image of Darth Vader, and then on the back, once again, we have the Star Wars logo, the name of the character, description, and a quote from the movie. And then, as you'll see, just below that is an image of Luke during the unmasking scene in Return of the Jedi, which is actually one of the features that this figure has, so can't wait to show that to you. So there we go, that is the box that Darth Vader comes in. Now let's take a look at the figure inside. Now, as I said, this guy is absolutely awesome. He's a fantastic figure, incredibly well made, nicely sculpted, and the detail is just out of this world. You know, Hasbro have done a fantastic job on this one, and I really can't applaud them enough. What we'll do is we'll run through articulation first, and then we'll talk about the features and accessories that the figure has. Obviously, as we all know by now, the Black Series 6-inch line has absolutely premium articulation. You know, we're not looking at Saga Legends or a Mission Series 6-inch figure here. This guy does indeed feature a ball-jointed neck with a massive range of movement. Nearly took the helmet off there, but yeah, very cool ball-jointed head. He does indeed feature ball-hinged elbows and shoulders as well. Hinged wrists, a ball-jointed torso. As always, hinged hips, swivel thighs, double joints in the knees, and double joints and a pivot in the ankle. So you can really get this guy in some fantastic poses, obviously from the film and some of the duels that he has with his enemy Jedi. In terms of detail and accessories, this guy is, as I said, absolutely packed to the brim. First and foremost, he features a very cool soft goods cape, which is made of a really premium material. I'm not exactly sure what it is that Hasbro have used, but it definitely has a Sideshow Collectibles feel to it. You know, very premium, very high-end material has been used here, and Hasbro have even gone to the added effort of sealing some of the ends off so that you know, the cape doesn't fray or become weathered, which is really, really good, and is some definite nice attention to detail there on the part of Hasbro. As you can see, the inner robes are made from this really nice soft goods as well, and that runs across the torso and down the leg. As you can see, there is some phenomenal detail on the belt, on the chest box there. You've got the chest and shoulder armour. As you can see, you've got the metal chain clasp as well, which in theory would keep the cape in place. However, in this instance, the cape has actually been sewn to the armour of the figure, which isn't a bad thing. You know, it doesn't create an awkward look, and it keeps the cape nice and tight in place. Obviously, he comes with his trademark lightsaber as well, which again has been very nicely sculpted and nicely painted. It's a little bit sturdier than some of the previous lightsaber hilts that we've seen in the Black Series 6-inch line. Sadly, there's no clip or hook to hang it on the belt, but nevertheless, you know, I think most collectors are going to display this one with the lightsaber in hand. The blade, of course, can be removed, however, so if you don't want Darth Vader constantly in his dual mode, then I guess you can remove the blade if you so wish. As you can see, you've got a very strong and prominent red blade on this figure, which looks very, very cool, and once again, against that black backdrop, looks really cool and dramatic. As you can see with the figure itself, one hand has been designed to hold the lightsaber, while the other is sort of an open palm, and it's definitely been positioned in the sort of style of the scene in The Empire Strikes Back, where Darth Vader proclaims his, fatherhood of Luke. As I said, the figure itself is packed to the brim with accessories, so not only do we get the soft goods cape, the lightsaber and everything else, but we've also got a removable helmet. Now, very similar to the 3 3/4 inch Darth Vader that was released many moons ago in the Legacy collection, this one actually features a 2-piece removable helmet. So not only does the dome pop off, but the face mask itself removes as well. So we'll take off the entire helmet first and take a look at Vader's head underneath, and then we'll analyse the helmet in a little bit more detail. So as you can see, underneath the helmet we do indeed have a very nice head sculpt of Darth Vader, or in this case, Anakin Skywalker. And that's a really, really nice likeness to the actor Sebastian Shaw, who of course played Anakin at the end of Return of the Jedi. As you can see, you've got all the scarring on Anakin's face, just under the eyes, on the top of the head there, and just all around the figure. And again, the likeness is really, really good. One thing I really like about this figure is the fact that they've given him some absolutely astonishing detail around the neck brace. As you can see, you've got all the respiratory features, microphone, obviously the breathing apparatus, all that sort of stuff inside the helmet, which has been incredibly nicely sculpted and very well painted as well. And you've also got some, if I can rotate the head around, some nice nuts and bolts on the back of the neck brace as well. So really, really cool detail on this figure's head and on the surrounding features. Once again, all that scarred skin on the back of the head. So very, very nice indeed. One thing I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of is maybe a bit more shading just underneath the eyes, just to make him look a little bit more weathered and, a bit more battle scarred. But it's a nice head sculpt nonetheless, and looks very, very nice indeed. So as I said, the helmet that covers up this ugly mug of Anakin Skywalker is of course a 2-piece helmet, And here it is. As I said, it's an awesome piece. The detail on this one is absolutely fantastic. You've got the vents on the mouthpiece, you've got the different coloured lenses. It's not 100% accurate to the helmet seen in the films, but it's a nice attempt by Hasbro. You know, for the first time round, they've got it pretty much spot on. As I said, it does separate into two parts, so not only does the dome clip onto the helmet, but the face mask itself clips onto Vader's face as well. And as you can see, you've got some stunning detail on this helmet. You know, you've got all the nuts and bolts and all that sort of stuff around the top. You've got sculpted detail right on the top of the mask there as well. And even inside the face mask, we've got some of that detail that we see in Revenge of the Sith, you know, when Darth Vader is first given the mask. It's not been painted, but you can definitely tell that it's been sculpted in there, which is really cool. And on the plus side, it's a great fit onto the head of the Vader figure itself. As you can see, it fits nice and tightly in place. You know, it's not in danger of falling off. And the dome does the exact same as well. It clips into place nicely, and you know, once it's on there, it's not going anywhere. You know, it clips into place really nice and securely. And as you can see, it just looks awesome. So all in all, this is perhaps not only the definitive 6-inch version of Vader, it's the only 6-inch version of Vader so far, but it's potentially the best Darth Vader action figure that I've ever seen. You know, detail, accessories, just everything about this thing is awesome. And as I said, it's going to sell like hotcakes. So if you didn't pre-order this the first time round, I'd highly recommend you do so now and get this one before it's completely gone. Because like with Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper from the first couple of waves, this is going to be a hot seller. So I definitely recommend picking this one up. And once again, I'd recommend no other place than staractionfigures.co.uk, which again, a link is available to in the video description. So I hope you've got a decent look at this figure. And I will of course be back with many more reviews very soon. I've got a ton of figures to give you a look at from Wave 5 of the Black Series, so stay tuned for those. And as always guys, until next time, I want to thank you for watching this video. Keep collecting, and until next time, may the Force be with you.